Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the sequel. Yeah, it's quite often that sequels don't live up to their original, but this is a case where it actually does. Right off the bat, this game had some much appreciated changes. For starters, this game added the spin dash move, which allowed you to generate speed pretty much whenever you want. The overall speed of the game was increased as well. Another thing it changed is how most of the stages are now split into 2 acts instead of 3. This helped with the pacing as it made you feel like you were changing stages more frequently. Sonic now has a buddy as well, named Tails, and he's a little more hit or miss with fans. You see, he doesn't really do much to help Sonic. He just sort of follows along, gets left behind, occasionally dies, and then uses his tails to helicopter back onto the screen. Some people find this to be annoying, but a lot of gamers find it to be comical as well. I think it's funny myself. I do find him to be sort of annoying during the bonus stages though, because he doesn't follow behind closely and he'll lose coins if he gets hit. He has his charm though, much like Luigi does in relation to Mario, or Robin in relation to Batman. These sidekicks are always playing second fiddle to the main star, and I think people just kind of feel bad for him. Alright, but let's talk about what makes the game itself so great. A lot of people consider this to be a notable upgrade over the original. Not to say the original doesn't have its fans and people who think it's the best one. So like I said before, the game is faster overall and provides more opportunity to generate speed as well. Makes sense, right? What people loved about Sonic in the first place was his speed, so why not make the sequel even more about speed? But you can't just have speed for the sake of it if it doesn't feel right. You see, for all the marketing hype Sega put behind Sonic, the game itself was able to back it up. Sonic didn't play like traditional platformers do. Most platformers existed in a get from point A to point B type of format, maneuvering past one set obstacle and then the next. While Sonic has a similar objective of getting from point A to point B, how you get there is up to the player. You can try to speed through the levels, go through more cautiously and meticulously collect as many coins as you can, or somewhere in between. The levels are laid out so it's not always entirely clear where you're supposed to go, generally giving the player some choices as far as what route they will take. The level design and your mastery of it will really dictate how you play. If you're going to speed through the stage, you really need to have an idea of what's coming and how to manipulate your way through safely. If you're more unfamiliar with the stage, then you may have to proceed more cautiously and often have to slam on the brakes following the parts where you build up speed so you don't go rolling into a death pit or some other hazard. And even if you don't kill yourself going fast without knowing what you're doing, you may get hit, which will cause you to spill all your coins and slow down your momentum. So learning how to maneuver through the stage layouts not only helps keep you alive, but also determines how much fun you have. One of the biggest thrills players can get from Sonic games is keeping your speed up. And some of the most exhilarating moments of the game come from seeing Sonic zip all around the screen. Being able to blast your way through the levels is very much a cool feeling to have. And in that way, the marketing of Sonic matches the gameplay itself. It's a cool character and a cool gameplay experience. There's really not much quite like it, and it's a unique type of magic that the series had a hard time trying to recapture over the years. Other companies did too, as there were a lot of mascots trying to cash in on Sonic's success that failed. Okay, so you know what else the game made cool? Saving animals. Your goal in the game is to save these animals that have been captured, and you're rewarded at the end of each level by setting a bunch of them free. What a great motivation for the hero of the game to have. I mean, everybody loves animals. But you know what everybody doesn't like? Drowning. And this game creates an experience around drowning that was probably the most stressful thing a lot of us ever experienced as kids. It's just one of those things that every gamer from the time can relate to. It was a cultural phenomenon with its place in history, but also a great video game that still offers a unique experience to this day. Alright, so let everybody know in the comments what your favorite aspect of the Sonic games are, and I will see ya in the next video.